Hey SimBeans, it's Farah and welcome to another speed building video. This week we are doing a speed build of a Sims 4 Cats and Dogs vet clinic. Now this vet clinic is really big. It's not like a small starter clinic or anything like that. This is a really big clinic. And it's kind of inspired from the time I spent volunteering at an RSPCA in the UK, which is obviously where I live, so obviously that's where I volunteer for it. So I don't know why I specified that. Anyway, so I volunteered for the RSPCA, I think it was about 2 years ago. I only went for a couple of days, mainly because unfortunately it was around the same time that I got sick. So I had issues going in. So I only went in the twice because literally straight after the second time is when I started to have my health issues. So I only went the twice, but it was really, really good. It was amazing. Now, I must say, the best part of volunteering at the RSPCA is spending the time with the animals. I love cats. Cats are just so cute and fluffy and wonderful, and I really like cats. Cats are my favourites. I like dogs too, but cats are my favourites. And that's what I volunteered with at the RSPCA. I volunteered in the cattery, is what it's called. So that's where I volunteered, and it was just so cool. And basically, there was a hallway that went down, like in the cattery there was a hallway, and on both sides of the hallway were little like cat rooms, like really small. And what we'd have to do is every day we'd have to clean out the litter trays, and we'd have to give the cat room a wash while the cat was just sat waiting outside in the hallway. I think we put it in one of those cat carriers. And then, we'd give it new food and we'd clean the bowls and stuff. And later on in the day, after my lunch, I would get to spend 2 hours just sitting in these little rooms with the cats. I think it was like 5 minutes for each cat or 10 minutes for each cat or something like that. And you'd go through them all, spending time with them, stroking them and playing with them and writing down your notes on how they behaved during your visit. So that was really fun, and it was such a good time, and I completely regret not going back. I mean, technically I can't go back, but I really do regret not going. Just 1 second, my Joel is texting me, and I'm recording, honey, and then kisses. He's on his break. He's on his last break. So he's working today from... Oh, what time is he working from? 12 till 8. That's it. Horrible times. Because I don't get to see him all day. It's really sad. Because I don't work because of my health problems. So that's really sad too. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail about that because there's no point. And yeah, so I volunteered at an RSPCA, and that is where my inspiration came from this. Came for this, not from this. It came from that for this. I am just so ridiculous. And as you can see, the outside of the build took me forever. Working out the roofing was really hard. I think that the roofing that's on now is what I stuck with. But the working out the roofing was really hard. When am I going to start doing the outside? The windows were quite easy, I think. Yeah, deciding the windows looks like it was hard, but it wasn't. Eventually I go with the nice big open windows from the base game. I think they're from the base game, and they look really good. So occasionally I am going to be talking about the build and why I did certain things and all that. But my main story today is going to be a story about someone who I just doesn't seem to be acting right at the minute. I don't know. I'm going to call her, I don't know, Brenda. I'm going to say Brenda. She's a Brenda. Anyway, just a bit of context. In the past, we've had spats, where supposed to be like best friends, and obviously we've had arguments, and because that's what happens when you're friends. You argue with people, and whenever we argue, she ignores me for like 2 weeks straight. She won't text me, and I'll like try and text her. Like, I'll be like, hi, what are you up to? How have you been? And she won't text back for like 2 weeks. So we were having a conversation the other day. So that background is just a little bit so that you understand where I'm coming from. We had a conversation a few weeks ago. I think it was about 2.5 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago, about tidying up. It was a ridiculous conversation, in my opinion. She was sat at home doing nothing and complaining about the fact that she didn't want to do the tidying up. And I told her that it was her job, and she called me a sexist. Okay? Now, I'm not a sexist. I do not think women should do the housework. That is not what I think. It's just her fiance was at work, and in my opinion, if she sat at home doing nothing, which she does quite a lot, like, she did message me quite a lot of the time going, oh, I'm just sat doing, like, watching this TV program or that TV program, not doing anything. So, in my opinion, because he's working all day, she should do the tidying up. I'm not the only one that thinks this. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. That's fine as well. But that's just the way I think. Like, I spend all day at home because I don't work, and I do all the tidying up. And I think that's fair, because it wouldn't be fair to expect Joel, my fiance, to come home and do all the tidying up after he's been at work all day. And what else would I do if I didn't do the tidying up while he's at work? So, you know, my friend is at university, so she does have coursework to do and lectures and seminars to go to. But honestly, you don't have to go into university as often as you seem to think. Like, you would think you'd have to go in like all the time, like at least every day. She doesn't have to go in all the time. A lot of the time she does spend at home, and it doesn't hurt for her to just get up, do a bit of tidying while her fiance is at work, because he works like 5 days a week, and most of the time she's at home. So that's all I was saying to her, and she sort of made a dig at me, being all like, well, it's not like I sit around and do nothing. Like, I felt like she was, like, aiming that at me specifically, because I don't sit at home all day doing nothing. I don't have a choice about my lifestyle, because I'm going to a lot of doctor's appointments, and I'm trying to get, like, whatever's wrong with me to go away so that I can, you know, get better. I'm not going to go into what it is because I don't like talking about it. But it's not like a disability or anything. It's just really debilitating, and that's all I'm going to say. And so I don't choose to stay at home. So I felt like she was like attacking me because of the way I live, which isn't even my choice. So I wanted to take a couple of days to cool off. Bear in mind, she usually takes 2 weeks to not talk to me if we're having an argument. So I took a couple of days. I went to my grandparents. I made myself busy. And I tried to organise a Christmas dinner with this friend and another friend and their partners. And because I'd been on that group conversation, she was all like, why didn't you text me this weekend? You weren't busy. And I was like, well, I was busy. She was like, no, you were just in a mood, which obviously I was in a bit of a mood. I was upset because I'd started crying from the text message that she'd sent me a couple of days before. And I was just like, no, I was busy, which is also true. I was also busy. And she was like, well, you messaged on this group chat. And I was like, yeah, because we were organising the dinner. We had 3 weeks to get a date pinned down. And then we'd have to, you know, buy the food and figure out how many people were coming. And I wanted to get it done as soon as possible, because it takes our friends forever to get back to us and actually tell us when they're free, which is fine. You know, they've got their own lives to live and stuff. So that is what I was doing. And basically, it was one of the ways to, I don't, like, post a lot on this group chat. I think I sent like 2 messages, and I was busy. I don't care what anybody says. I was busy that weekend. I made myself busy on purpose just so I wouldn't have to text people and deal with what was going on with my friend, because honestly I just couldn't be bothered to deal with it. So because I actually felt kind of hurt by what she said. I don't think she understands that. I haven't actually said anything to her for the last 2 weeks because she hasn't spoken to me. And then she texts me literally exactly 2 weeks after our last conversation, and we didn't get to organise this dinner because she couldn't do some dates, our other friend couldn't do some dates, and we couldn't do some dates because, you know, we're all working or at uni and some of us are going home. Like, she's going home on the 15th, so she's going home today. Today is the day I'm recording it, so tomorrow you'll be seeing this on the 16th. But the 15th she's going home, and that's today. And so we needed to get it organised like real quick, and it wasn't going to get organised, and it never did. People just couldn't make it. And she messaged me literally 2 weeks after the last time we talked and was like, hey, sorry, I've been busy. I've been stressed with deadlines and stuff, which obviously fine. I'm not saying she didn't have deadlines. I'm not saying she wasn't stressed about it. What I'm saying is I took 2 days to cool down. 2 days. Made myself busy for 2 days, and she ignored me for 2 whole weeks. She couldn't find 1 minute in 2 weeks to send me a message being all like, hey, I'm busy, I've got deadlines, so I'm going to be a bit vacant. No. 2 weeks, she just didn't talk to me, just completely ignored the fact that I existed. And honestly, I'm sick of it because she does this a lot. Ignores me for weeks on end for no reason. Like, I hardly ever do anything wrong, and I admit when I do. And I know that this time probably taking some time to cool off maybe wasn't the best idea because of the way that she reacts to stuff. But I just honestly, I don't think that it warranted ignoring me for 2 whole weeks. And I'm just fed up with it because whenever she does this, it makes me feel like crap because she's supposed to be my best friend. She's like one of the only friends I've got. I've literally got her and this other guy, and they're my only 2 friends. So when she acts like this, it really upsets me. And I don't feel like I did anything wrong. Like, I made myself busy for a couple days. I tried to organise a dinner. And then, for some reason, for 2 weeks, she just wouldn't talk to me. And honestly, that isn't like... I don't understand why she won't talk to me. Like, she wouldn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. And honestly, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just, it kind of hurt. And I just don't know what to do about it anymore. Like, she's messaged me saying she was busy, and I haven't messaged back because I don't want to have an argument with her. I don't want to fight about it. But I also don't want to just ignore the fact that it actually upset me. That what she said upset me before the 2 weeks that she ignored me. And the 2 weeks of ignoring, I don't want to discuss it with her because there's no point, because she's just going to get all defensive and she's not actually going to see my side or anything like that. And all I did was try and get her to tidy up for her boyfriend who is at work all day. That is all I did. I don't think I was wrong when I said what I said, and I did say to her, you know, each to their own. If that's the way you want to do things, that's the way you do things. And she just got such arse on with me. Sorry, pardon my French. She got so annoyed about it, and I tried to diffuse the situation the best I could, and it just really felt like she attacked me. So, you know, couple of days, 2 weeks, not fair, just not fair. So I'm currently not talking to my best friend because of that. I have no idea if I'm in the wrong or in the right or whatever. I mean, my fiance obviously sees things from my side, so he's kind of a biased opinion. This is not me asking for an opinion, by the way. This is just me wanting to rant because this is the kind of place where I've seen people do this kind of thing. Like Lil Simsy, she rants about what she calls Susans, so like bullies, like at school and whatever. And when her sister annoys her or whatever, she rants about that and stuff. And Hatsy is always complaining about her sister and stuff like that. So I just thought that I would have a little bit of a moan today, just because, well, it's a place where I can, and I haven't mentioned any names or anything like that. So hopefully, if she ever sees this video, which I don't think she watches my channel, so I don't think she will. But if she ever did, I've not mentioned any names. No one knows who she is. As a matter of fact, none of my friends watch my channel. I don't know if one of them does. But Joel doesn't, which is really sad because I kind of want him to, but I also kind of don't want him to. Anyway, enough about all that stuff. This is my build, and I think we've got another 10 minutes left, blimey. Okay, so let's have a quick conversation about some of the choices I made. For example, this flooring. A lot of people will very much dislike this flooring, and honestly, so would I. But I saw Sim Supply's video of a vet clinic that he made, and he used that flooring, and the reason he gave for using it was actually amazing. He uses that linoleum, the scratched linoleum, the used linoleum, because it looks like it's been scratched by paws, like by claws from animals. And he's right. It does look like that. So I think it really is really fitting for the vet clinic to have the floors like that. I mean, smooth tiles and stuff, fine, you can try that, but the flooring is always going to get scratched when you've got animals walking all over it all day, every day. So I decided that, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing as him, and I'm going to do that. And during this video, you will have seen the hallways with the like the cattery on one side and the kennel on the other side. So those are the rooms that are inspired by the RSPCA that I went to. I really love this staff room. This is the staff break room. Basically, they go in there to eat and stuff. This is also inspired off my time at the RSPCA. Because we had a little break room like this as well when I was there. A couple of, normal little, like, chairs to sit at one side, a table with some chairs around it, stuff like that. There was a microwave. There was one woman that I remember I think she had jacket potato both times I was there. So she would just heat up a jacket potato in the microwave for like 10 minutes and then eat that. So very realistic break room. This is the research lab, obviously, so there will be a guy in there, crafting stuff, researching stuff, making serums and stuff for the exam tables. I haven't actually played a vet clinic just yet. In my next episode of my Cats and Dogs LP, I will be refurbishing a vet clinic because she owns one, but she just needs to refurbish it. I thought I'd use these parenthood boards as sort of like a chart. So, like in the cattery, there's cats over there, and on the chart might have their names and stuff, and like the special foods they have to eat and stuff like that, because some of the cats might be sick. I mean, it is a vet, so that makes sense. So some of them might be sick pets, some of them might be ready for adoption. The chart might say like which ones are ready for adoption and which ones aren't ready for adoption. This is the outside area, also inspired by the RSPCA, because they had like a big square in the middle of the building. So they sort of had buildings going around this big square of grass in the middle with a fence going up. And in it was basically an exercise area for the dogs. I have no idea if that is what it was used for, but that's what mine is used for. I have no idea if the dogs were able to go anywhere else, like if they took them for walks somewhere else, because I didn't work in the kennels, so... But I know that they had that area, and I'm pretty sure the dogs went in it. So I thought that I would do the same thing here. So for dogs exercising, maybe dogs that are being rehabilitated because they've had a physical injury. Obviously, this is all just flavour, because you don't need any of this stuff. This clinic, way too big. You don't need a clinic this big. Not for the Sims 4 vet clinic stuff. A lot of this stuff is for flavour. Like the hallways with the kennels and the cattery in, they are not going to get used. Not unless you decide to put an apartment like up top or something, and you live there and you adopt strays or whatever and put them in these kennels and stuff, and then have people come in and meet them and see which ones like them best, and then maybe find out who they are and put them into their household and let them adopt them and all that stuff. So technically you could sort of run a kind of adoption area. That might be really cool if anybody does that. Let me know, because I kind of want to see that done. If it is done, I won't be doing it, but actually I might. Maybe in my own spare time I'll give it a go. These two exam rooms, I sort of made one sort of cat themed and one sort of dog themed. So in one room there's a dog calendar, in the other room there's a cat calendar, and the posters there's like two different swatches for them. There's a cat swatch and a dog swatch. So that's what I did there. I put the dog swatches in one room and the cat swatches in another room. And yeah, the bathrooms, they're colour coordinated as well. So the women's bathroom is pink, the men's bathroom is blue. There's only one toilet in each. I can't imagine a lot of people going to the toilet in the vet clinic, but they're there if they need them. I mean, a little medical clinic for people only has one toilet normally, so this kind of place, probably one toilet for each, makes sense. I thought I'd put some decals on the wall, some trees, kind of make it look a bit naturey because it looks kind of clinical. And I love these paw prints. I decided to make them go to each of the exam rooms as if, you know, the dogs and cats and stuff had left them behind. I thought that that was really cool. And obviously you can see that there's like different colours on each side of the room. So we've got the blue side of the room, we've got the pink side of the room. So on one side of the waiting room there's a pink toy box and stuff like that. On the other side there's a blue toy box. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was sort of thinking like pink for cats and blue for dogs, I think I was thinking. I don't know why, but I was. I don't think that's a normal stereotype. It's like all dogs are boys and all cats are girls, but they're not. And now we're just doing obviously we're doing some landscaping. Honestly, if I didn't had something else to talk about, I would. But because talking about the build doesn't make sense, because you can see that I'm landscaping. I'm assuming you're not blind if you're watching this video. Obviously, you can be listening, and that would be really helpful to blind people if I, you know, talked about the build more. But I'm not very good at painting a picture with words, so... you'd think I was, considering I've started a creative writing master's degree, but no, I'm terrible at painting pictures with words. I'm really bad at writing, and I'm only just scraping by. I'm not even doing it anymore right now. I'm taking a year out because I can't afford another year of it. Probably because I don't work. Anyway, so yeah, I'm putting that underneath. Terrain paints are always good. Always put terrain paints underneath landscaping. It makes it look more natural because obviously grass doesn't really grow underneath stuff like that. Some nice trees. I tried to make them, you know, fit in with the area. I do put some topiaries in at the front as well, which I think look kind of cool. There's a poodle and a cat. More bushes is cool. No more bushes. No, just some flowers and plants and stuff. Okay. I don't really know what else to talk about, and there's not really much else to talk about because once I've done the landscaping, I think that's about it. Oh, no, actually I go in and put a few little things in some of the rooms, I'm pretty sure, because I finish on putting something on a shelf in the experiment room. No, the research room. Yeah, in the research area. That's what I do. Yeah, there's your poodles and cats. I have never used topiaries before. I don't know if they look alright. Topiaries they seem weird to me. Putting some bushes and stuff around the trees just to make the trees look less bare, I think. For some reason I only put grass around one of them. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, we go inside, look, and we do a little bit of editing, like moving stuff around and putting a little bit of extra stuff in. So we put some decorations on the tables and stuff. I'm just trying to make sure that it's a nice environment because that's one of the things that you get reviewed on when they come into the vet clinic. I love that linoleum. I love it. It really does look like it's been scratched by cats and dogs. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the video. Screenshots will be coming up soon. So I'm going to end my voiceover here. If you liked the video, please do leave a like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to click the little bell symbol on my channel so that you receive notifications when I upload more videos. Because I know that apparently that's a problem right now. People's videos coming up and people being notified and stuff. Like YouTube seems to be messing a lot of stuff up at the minute. So please do click the bell and then you'll know whenever I upload. If you have a Brenda, let me know down below. Just a friend that can sometimes be a bit sucky. Yeah, so I'm going to get off. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a really good Christmas. I'll be doing one more speed build before that, but I hope you do have a really good Christmas if you don't watch any more of my videos after this one. And I really do hope to see you in my next video. Bye everyone.